All right, welcome back to another episode of Mixed In, and today Jesus is going to show us how to make meatballs. So the picture that I saw of these meatballs looked amazing, guys. So he's going to show us how to make some really fancy meatballs so that you don't starve. So this is going to be so easy that you can do this yourself. He's going to show me how to do it, so I could probably make it myself right after we learn how to do this.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, just a few ingredients: beef, pork, and then milk, eggs, and some seasoning. That's about it.
All right.
I mean, honestly, it's a few ingredients that you probably already have in your house, honestly.
So stay tuned for that.
I'm going to be making them from scratch with actual beef, some pork, breadcrumbs, onion, Parmesan cheese, and then some spices that we have together. Got onion powder, salt and pepper. He likes sea salt. Actually, I do too. It's actually really good. It's better for you than actual salt. And then I didn't have Italian seasoning because that's what they actually ask for. But you can substitute Italian seasoning for, like with oregano. All right. Now we're gonna cut an onion. So everybody be ready to cry. All right. Actually, the way I guess I learned sort of, was don't cut off the stem right away, because it helps it kind of stay together whenever you're cutting it. But you just skin it first, so just take off all the skin. Now we can cut that off, make it easier for us, and then we'll cut that in half. I don't know how much onions you want in this.
Yeah, put what you feel is right.
We'll just use the whole thing since it's kind of a small onion.
You got a lot of meat there to put.
Yeah. So we'll just cut the onion, all of it, and then we'll go from there. But getting onion everywhere, but that's okay. Cool. Alright, cool. Now we're going to be mixing all the ingredients together. So we're just going to put all these ingredients in and mix it really, really good together. Also, fun fact, I was today years old when I learned that basically whenever you're cracking an egg, that dropped a little onion. Whenever you crack an egg, don't crack it on the lip of things.
Yeah.
What you do is you crack it on a flat surface, because if you crack it on the lip, there could be a chance that you get some shell in the egg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, and we'll just mix all these together real good. Okay. And then what we'll do is we'll grab our meat right there, and we'll put our meat in there. All right. All right. And just get in there. So that's pretty well mixed. Like I said, I'm not very perfect at cutting onions, so there's going to be some pretty big chunks, but whatever. Onions are good. Onions are good. All right. Now that that's done, we're going to separate it into meatballs now. People are really going to like onions because I might have put too much onions, but I don't think there's such thing as that. I actually think it said like half an onion or something like that. I don't remember.
Put a lot.
That's all right though. I like onions.
So that's 5.
And then we'll make one more.
Yeah.
Oop. Just roll them. Roll them in your hand like that. That's another thing too, like I've noticed that if you do put too many onions, it's a little bit harder for them to stick together, let's be honest. Cook the meatballs from 12 to 14 minutes or until golden brown and the internal temperature reaches 165. So, which is very important because not necessarily for the beef, because the beef, you've eat beef, obviously red, but when it comes to pork, you have to actually have pork fully cooked because it's pork. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, take that out of there. All right, so we'll cook this for, there we go. And then we're gonna turn up the heat to 380, or turn down the heat, should I say, to 380. And then we're gonna turn the time down to, we'll go 14 and then we'll kind of keep an eye on it. Boom, done and done. One and done. All right, now let's see what these look like.
It smells terrific.
It smells amazing. Look at that. That looks amazing.
All right, let's get a dish out.
Let's get a plate out, and I'm gonna grab some clean tongs because I'm not gonna use the same ones I just used. And we're gonna take these out. And as you can see, because it has beef in it, they did render out some of the fat, and so they did shrink down, which is actually kind of nice because you don't have to eat such a big meatball. But look at that. Dude, that's so good. We're gonna give these a try.
Good taste, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, man.
Look at that. That's wonderful. That looks good. That looks real good.
So what would you make these meatballs with?
So I was reading on the because it actually tells you that you can eat it as an appetizer, you can eat it as an entree. You can, I mean, you know, the sky's the limit as far as biggest thing. Honestly, like I was telling you, you can eat it. Appetizer would be like Swedish meatballs, something like that, or you can do like a dinner, which would be like. Or you could eat it with potatoes. I would think more like spaghetti or something like spaghetti and meatballs or something like that. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, you can basically, I mean, you can just sit there and make it and you just snack on it like an entree or whatever, like it was saying. But I mean, you know, it's whatever you want it for. Let's give this a try though. See how I did.
Yeah.
That's a good meatball. That's a hot meatball. That's a good meatball. Oh yeah. I recommend air fryer.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up next to you. I'm gonna try one too.
Bon appetits. There you go.
I want to try. Oh man, that looks great.
It does.
All right.
That's awesome. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That is so good. I'm glad you like it because honestly, I'm a biggest critic when it comes to cooking for myself. Like cooking for my family and cooking for myself, I'm the biggest critic for myself because if I'm gonna make something, I want it to be good. Like, I want it to be good for me, and then I want it to be good for other people too.
Oh yeah, that was really good, and I love it with the onions in there. So I could only imagine it would taste very similar if it was just onion powder, but the onions have a texture. So
exactly.
I like that. That was really, really good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you like it. That's awesome.
Well, there you have it, guys. You can add this to all kinds of dinner ideas. You could, I mean, who hasn't heard of meatballs? You could, you know, there's all kinds of recipes to add meatballs, but you can make your own meatballs very, very easily. And if you have an air fryer, you can make quite a bit of them.
Yeah, you can.
Pretty awesome.
You can. It said what, like 16 was the.
Yeah.
That was the recipe that I.
And so we made what, 6 of them here.
So there's still enough in there for probably more than 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. There's a lot of meat in there.
Pretty awesome. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you like this kind of thing, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and there's a little bell there. Click that. That way you get notified of when we got some new stuff. So that's pretty cool. And if you want to, down in the description below, you can spot a little spot for merch. We have some shirts and stuff like that. I'm going to be working on making a shirt for noobs. Cooking,
nice.
Noobs that are cooking for noobs. I'll come up with a design, but it'll be pretty cool. We'll have hoodies and you know, the zip-up hoodie and the pullover hoodie, maybe some T-shirts. So we'll have all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, we still have mixed in merch, and there we go, coffee cups and all kinds of stuff. Yep. So that's it for this week, and catch us next time. And what, it was about once a week I try to put out one of these.
Yeah.
All right, that'll work. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Mine.